Hello, internship class. It's Steve. I hope that you're doing really well and had a wonderful weekend. I wanted to just kick off our week number 4, and our topic or theme for this week is focusing on challenges, growth, and successes related to your internship experience. So, why challenge? Why is challenge important? And why do sometimes we as human beings avoid challenge? Well, there's some obvious answers to that question that you see listed here. So, my experience working with interns over the last 10 years is that sometimes they want to really avoid challenge and focus strictly on the good of the experience, the positives of the experience. And I get that totally. We gravitate towards situations and experiences that affirm positivity, that affirm those positive emotions, happiness, humor, laughter, all of that. However, you can really use challenges as opportunities, as you see in that third line there. And when I say opportunities, what I'm referring to is growth opportunities. Having the ability to amaze yourself even as an intern, in that you have maybe in this experience you have some unanticipated growth that you weren't anticipating, and that more than likely is coming from the result of experiencing specific challenges in your internship. And speaking of specific challenges, on this infographic here I have listed some of the more common internship challenges that interns experience. They relate to, I would say, people and project types of challenges. So people and content challenges. So the content, meaning the functions and responsibilities that you're performing in your internship, might be out of sync with what your host site is hoping you're going to accomplish. So each of you put together a learning contract for this experience, which is listing out your learning objectives. And that is great. We want that. However, what are the learning objectives of your host site? What are they looking to get out of you through this experience? And then, of course, there's some human relations conflicts that can sometimes come up. Let's say that your value system might conflict with several of your colleagues at your host site. That's a good example of more of a people-related internship issue. And then finally, your supervisor relationship. So we want this experience to be educational, developmental in nature for you. We also want you to experience supervision. Some of you, quite often in this course, I have students who are supervisors themselves or who have function in supervisory roles. So you may already know that position, what it's like to be a manager or a supervisor, and that's great. That's going to probably help you tremendously when it comes to the intern supervisor relationship. So we want a supervisor that we want that positive relationship form, but we also want that your supervisor is going to provide you constructive feedback, assessment, evaluation that you can use to continually challenge yourself and grow. You've all probably seen these 3 terms: resilient, grit, and perseverance. This is a kind of a non-brainer, I think, for most of us, but I'll just touch on it briefly, that the main value to challenge is essentially growth. How remarkable is exciting to engage in an experience or perform a task that you maybe weren't sure you were going to be able to successfully perform. How exciting is that? So that's demonstrating perhaps the perseverance. Or maybe you have a project that hasn't gone quite as planned, and you're able to bounce back from that experience. So maybe, let's say I'm working with clients, and client A, my first time with client A doesn't go as well as I'd hope, but the second time I'm working with client A, I start to see maybe a little progress with that client. That's going to be resilience. That's going to be the ability to really bounce back So it's important to ask in your internship, is growth occurring for you in this experience? I really hope that you will ask yourself this question. You want to be transformed as a result of this experience. I know that's a big word to use, but the truth is if you're not changing in any way through this internship experience, it's kind of all for none, to be honest. And that's why you're taking this course. We want to provide you with a solid foundation for growth and how to reflect upon the experience, process it, think critically about it, analyze it. So I've listed there some of the change or growth that can take place is developing multiple perspectives on a theme or topic. Maybe your assumptions about a theme or topic you've learned in the classroom are being challenged during your internship. Perhaps and hopefully there's new information you're acquiring as a result of your internship, new information about a field you're looking to pursue, your program of study, being able to apply. Last week we talked about the theory to practice model and being able to apply your classroom theory and concepts to your internship. Self-development, personal development, maybe leadership skills, communication skills. You're hopefully further advancing your professional identity, your brand of who you are as a professional, and you're hopefully also clarifying specific values that relate to you and your field of study. So the ways that you can create change in your internship, we listed here. We want you to make an effort to seek out challenges and maybe also think about new projects or greater responsibilities that you might take on. We are hopeful that you will develop an enhanced faith in yourself and your abilities related to your field of study. We want to always be working on that inner strength, and we want you to really practice that professional dialogue or professional communication with your host site supervisor. Now, putting in a plug for our week number 4 learning event here. It is a discussion forum, so please make sure you're reading the module carefully as you see here and thinking about some of the items we discussed in this short tutorial. And we have the rubric here that you want to always be following. So this is how you will be assessed using this rubric and such. You can also consider that RISE model for peer feedback. The RISE model that I posted an announcement about probably might have been maybe 2 weeks ago. So reflection, inquiry, suggestion, and elevation. So you can go back and review those 4 concepts as well. And I think I'm actually really pleased with the class in terms of the quality of your dialogue in the discussion forums, but we can always take it to the next level.